Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where it was pointed out to me that the infected myomer bundle is only a quarter ton. That's absolutely true. This should get put onto the Orion. Period. End of story. And I think that it should go onto one of the arms. The question is, which arm? I think it's going to go onto the right arm here because that has an ER medium laser, and then there's the Gauss rifle, which is volatile, right in this right torso here. Now, I've been seeing a lot of Gauss ammo explosions, but they're not supposed to explode. So there's that. The Gauss rifle, however, does explode. So we're going to toss it in here as a bit of protection into this torso while simultaneously increasing the protection on this right arm just a little bit. That's going to cost 500 C-bills and take 1 day, and we will absolutely go ahead and do that. Fantastic. We've got a little bit more work to do on our mechs here. Let's go ahead and let those get repaired. We'll tick forward just a few days here. And there we go. Every mech is currently repaired. Let's double check that they don't need any internal work. Everything looks great. Fantastic. Let's hop into the barracks, see if anybody needs any training. Actually, yeah, there's a point of tactics that we can get for Brother. And a point of guts for Coldfire. Anything else here? Yeah, actually, a point of piloting for Poet and guts, actually. Sure. Sounds great. And a point of tactics for Taboo. Wonderful. Well, let's go ahead and deploy here. We do have a pretty good nest egg at this point. I would like to do something as dangerous as possible. We still don't know where our next flashpoint is going to be at. That should be popping up pretty soon here, I would think. Maybe we run something like this. 4.5 skull, 1.5 million C-bills, 3 out of 5 max salvage. Where's a free priority salvage, if any? Technically, this is a free priority salvage right here, so we should sit here like this. Okay, sounds good. We can bring our Atlas, and we're going to need to leave Muffin Top since she is injured. So we're going to need a Atlas pilot, which I believe Taboo is one. Yep, fantastic. And we're going to need a Battle Master pilot. Who do we got? Nobody in particular. Okay. We could move Poet into the Battle Master and instead have, say, somebody be an awesome pilot, if we have an awesome pilot here. Tooltip? Any moment now? Thank you. Yeah, here's an awesome pilot. Fantastic. So this looks great. Let's go ahead and deploy this. This is a capture base mission in a jungle, so we're going to have a little less heat dissipation than normal, but we should have plenty of cover. And really, this should be no big deal. We'll definitely have to deal with turrets. We're probably going to have to deal with a garrison lance. We might have to deal with up to 2 reinforced lances that I've seen. So, in theory, it shouldn't be too bad. I would expect 1 reinforcement lance for sure at this difficulty, but we'll see. The real question is, do they have any railgun turrets? Those things hurt. Those things absolutely hurt. And we learned that the hard way. Not in this campaign, but in a previous one. Haven't run into them since, which is kind of unfortunate, actually. But maybe we just haven't gotten high enough in the difficulties. We need to capture the local government data storage facility. We've been monitoring communications traffic on Independence and discerned a pattern. There's a well-defended local government base that we suspect of being a secure data storage facility. We'd like your team to land, capture the base, and take a complete image of the contents of their databases. Once the local government forces realize what we're doing, they'll launch a counteroffensive, so we need you to stay in the field until the download is complete. This shouldn't be too difficult, but we'll need Dr. Murad on the ground to do the actual data hacking. She's already agreed to go in with your team. Okay, sounds good.
Command interface initiated.
This ridge is an awful place to start. We do have allies, and they are off over that direction on the far side of the river. I would love to land down here. We could land here. This might be a slightly better location than up on this ridge. I don't want to be skylined, and I feel like we can get into this cover much more easily over here. This is a terrible place to drop, though. We're just going to do this manually. We'll drop something kind of like this to avoid our units hopefully being stuck. The Black Knight might be a little stuck there, but I don't think it will be. Okay, there's the facility. Engine signatures. Turrets. Yep. Okay.
Not a happy climate for battle, Max.
Indeed not. AMS, huh? Okay. Good to know. So, we've got ourselves a turret up here. We don't know what it is. Same here. We've got a turret here, which is a heavy calliope. And we've got a hardened Gauss emplacement. Well, that hardened Gauss emplacement seems like a good target for us. So, we're going to move on in over here. Technically, we don't seem to have LOS on anything with the Black Knight here. Interesting. Hunter moves on in, doesn't have LOS either. The Awesome has much better vision than the Black Knight currently, but also no LOS. Okay. Oh, no, we do have LOS. It just wasn't showing up in the preview. Cool. So we're going to fire on this hardened Gauss emplacement. We're even going to fire the Rocket 20 here. And I'm even going to Warlord it. And fire the iRocket.
Got it, Commander.
I don't want to deal with that double Gauss. Sadly, we did miss one PPC. But that's still roughly half the armor on that Gauss emplacement. Excellent. At this point, our Mauler is going to sprint forward. I don't expect any LOS here. Nope. Okay. Our Magcat Mark II is going to do the same. No LOS there either. Okay.
Yes, boss.
Our Salamander is going to sprint on in. That lack of sensors is really hurting us right now, and our lack of visibility as well. Our friend the Berserker moves up. The Battlemaster can close on in over here, and I am hoping that that gets us LOS on that Gauss emplacement, and it does. Okay. This is Poet, of course, so we can't Warlord this, but we will fire everything we can at this hardened Gauss emplacement and hope for the best. Not great shooting by Poet there, but she is new, so we're not super shocked by that. The carrier moves up, does not fire.
Yep.
Our Corsair actually might be able to get into a decent position over here.
What do you need? Confirmed.
Yes. So we're going to fire with the Corsair and hope to finish off that Gauss emplacement. We don't want to deal with that.
Copy that.
I was surprised that that actually fired there. I wasn't... I don't think I told it to fire, but okay. I guess we're firing. Sadly, we didn't get a kill on it, but the Boar's Head can move up over here.
Acknowledged.
And I guess we're just going to attack ground over here with the artillery.
Firing on target.
And hope for the best. That didn't look like particularly good artillery. Indeed not. I think it's still alive. We just exited combat.
I'm going.
Okay.
Moving out.
Well,
On my
an
way.
awkward time to exit combat for
On the
sure.
move. Understood.
But we'll close on in over
Right,
here,
Commander.
and they won't get to shoot at us this round. So I guess that's okay,
Commander.
because we essentially got a free round there.
Acknowledged.
Neat. Let's see what our allies do. Hellhound moves up, goes for the hardened Gauss. Could kill it here. And it does. Perfect. That was a very belated small laser. Okay. Oh! Very belated small pulse laser. Just very slow on that firing. Okay, sure. We're going to move up with our Awesome up over this way. And the question is, what do we go for next?
I'm watching
The answer, I think, is that we're going to go for... There's the heavy laser turret and the hardened rifle position. I think we're going to go for the rifle position here.
Target acquired.
Nice. Solid damage there. Our friend the Berserker moves up, goes for that Calliope. Doesn't get a lot of damage in there, but a decent chunk. We'll accept that.
Commander.
Our Black Knight is going to close in over here, like so.
On my way.
And I think that we'll also go for that. Yeah, hit odds are better on the rifle position, so there we go. Some armor strip there, although the Black Knight is really not designed for taking out turrets. Hunter moves
Aye,
up,
aye.
does not fire. The Battlemaster is going to close in over here,
Roger
check
that.
the hit odds. Absolutely the hardened rifle position. Nice. Hardened rifle position is
One less
gone.
target.
No more. The
Receiving
Madcap
you.
Mark II is going to move up here, and I think the Madcap Mark II, actually, we can get LOS on both of them.
Affirmative.
That's slightly surprising to me. That's a very wide arc. But the Calliope is the better hit odds, so we will take that. And I'm also going to Warlord it to boost these a bit.
Lighting them up.
Only one Gauss hit there, but that's still solid damage into that Calliope.
Waiting for order.
The Salamander can also get LOS on both.
Location confirmed.
And I feel like this is a kill on that Calliope with a Warlord. So we'll do it.
Firing.
Yeah, this has got to be a kill. Excellent.
That turret is gone.
One less turret, and our Mauler is going to move up over here. I
ready,
don't
Commander.
expect much
Moving
at
out.
this range. 42%. I mean, we'll go ahead and Warlord it, but it's not going to be too great. I mean, we did take out like half of his armor there.
Yeah.
The Corsair is going to move up and
Confirmed.
follow up. We will again... we can't Warlord. We already did. But we'll go ahead and fire on this heavy laser turret. This could kill it, but I think we'll need crits to make it happen. And with that light Gauss miss, that's going to make things much more difficult. As in, we just crack the armor. Okay.
I'm receiving
The
you.
Boar's Head is going to move up over here.
I'm your spaniel.
And we do know that there's some AMS here. I think we're just going to fire the Sniper Artillery and the LRM-20. We'll do indirect mode here.
Locking on.
Not a great shot there. AMS not firing, but we do get some LRM-20 hits in there.
Take that.
Not the crits we were looking for. But only 20 damage coming back to us, so that's not bad.
Do they think they can hurt me?
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
Yep, we expected that to be a thing. Where? The Hellhound is shooting at that heavy laser turret. It got an engine crit. Not too much to mention there, really. It's 22, huh? Ah, out here. Okay, so a Centurion, a Legend Killer, and a Bushwhacker that we see for sure. Not too threatening, but they are a bit out of our LOS. See, if we had dropped up here, though, they would have dropped in right behind us. There's also a Salamander over there, which is more threatening. No damage on the Awesome there. Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, Commander.
Our Awesome is going to move forward, and we're going to finish off this heavy laser turret, I hope. This should finish it.
All right, folks.
Excellent.
Let's get this done.
Turrets are gone.
Brought it down, Commander.
Okay, he managed to damage himself with his mask there. Sure. The Legend Killer and the Bushwhacker are going to close in a bit. Let's see if they get into direct LOS. Going to reserve and let them move. Okay, so we're going to have to move in on them, then.
Awaiting orders.
That's okay. I think we'll have the Battle Master come up over this way. It might be responsible
On my
for
way.
popping
Double
back and
time.
capturing the target. We can fire on either of these. Hit odds are slightly better on the Bushwhacker. We'll pot shot this.
Target confirmed.
Only 24 damage. Not too shocking. Again, that was a pot shot. The Hunter moves up, fires on the Salamander. AMS, noted.
Yes, Commander.
The Black Knight is going to sprint up over here.
Haul
We're
it
just going
out.
to try to get in range, but otherwise not do too much.
Waiting on you,
The
Commander.
Mauler is also going to try to get up onto the road there.
Hey there.
Madcap Mark II, same sort of concept.
Yep.
The Corsair, I don't think can really get into proper LOS of anything over here. We just need to close in over this way. Yeah, that carrier was never going to do
Will be
anything of
done.
note. The Boar's Head is going to move up, and I kind of feel like firing at the... Well, the Salamander has AMS. I kind of feel like firing at the Centurion because the Legend Killer is up in this vicinity, but I think it's like back over here. They're pretty spread out right now. Technically, the Bushwhacker is the one to fire at right now. Okay.
Cry havoc.
Additional AMS, but I'm not sure from where. It may have been still in range of the Salamander's AMS. We'll see. Our salamander is going to sprint forward and sink heat. Okay, next round. Our friend the Hellhound moves forward, does nothing of note. Our Battlemaster takes like 3 damage. Cool.
Barely hit, Commander.
So that Centurion is running some sort of a rotary rifle. Okay.
Waiting for
The
orders.
Awesome is going to close in up over here.
Rolling.
And we can fire at the Centurion. It is obstructed LOS, but we'll go ahead and do it.
Locked on target.
Okay, 1 PPC hit there. 54 damage. Salamander not firing.
Standing by.
Our Black Knight is going to sprint forward as much as it can. We don't have LOS, though. We'll have to peek this hill here. Bushwhacker closing in a bit, firing on the Awesome. And now we should have some decent LOS here. It is running acid missiles. That's good to know.
Heavy damage. Awaiting
Or acid
orders.
rockets, perhaps. We're going to pop back over this way with Battlemaster, and I am going to sprint it so that we can turn back around.
Affirmative.
We'll capture the base. What could possibly go wrong here? They may decide to drop another reinforcement lance, but I'm guessing that they're not going to.
Copy that.
Got another hit on that Bushwhacker. The Berserker is also going to fire on the Bushwhacker, not getting anything of note. Okay, this will be their legend killer out over here. No sensor trace on that just yet. Our Mauler is going to continue to sprint up the road
Got it.
as quick
Back
as it
speed,
can.
No shooting.
AMS is unjammed.
Commander.
Our Madcat Mark II is going to hop up over here and hope we get an LOS, but we don't.
What do you need?
Our Corsair is going to do basically the same thing. Pop up over here. We do get an LOS on the Centurion. Let's go ahead and Warlord that, boost those hit odds a bit, and see what we get in here.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, rotary AC5 on that Centurion. Little bit of damage there, but it's a very obstructed LOS, and that's okay. Our friend the Hunter moves up, fires on the Salamander. Triggers their AMS. We'll accept that. That uses up some ammo.
Good to go.
Our Salamander is going to move up.
Got it.
I'm not
Going
sure that we'll
flat
fire
out.
ATMs here. Yeah, let's not bother. 9.2%. The carrier moves up, does nothing of note.
Daniel.
Our Boar's Head is going to step forward
Onward.
here, and who do we want to fire on? We could fire on literally any of them. I think we're going to go for the Bushwhacker. Yet again.
Confirmed.
Pretty bad shooting on the sniper artillery, but the rest of it hit okay. Our Black Knight is
Awaiting
going to
orders.
close in over here, and we're starting to get some LOS. We're not going to sprint. We're going to be in cover, and we will fire on the Bushwhacker. Even though we don't have visuals out there, we should still be able to get something in here,
Engaging
I hope.
target.
Yeah, we've got all those rolls. So some armor shred in there. Our friend the Hellhound firing on the Bushwhacker, putting it all into the rear arc of our Madcat Mark II. I'm not okay with that. What a jerk. Salamander moves up, fires on our Battlemaster. This is unsurprising. Doesn't do much damage, in all honesty. It's getting
take
close
much more
to
of this.
unsteady, though, so we're going to need to deal with that in a
Waiting
bit.
on you, Commander.
Our Mauler is going to sprint forward up here and is
Go
in
turbo.
range now to fire on these guys. What are our hit odds like? Not great, but this Bushwhacker is very close to unsteady.
Time to die.
Got some internal there, and that should be unsteady on the Bushwhacker. Now, it may be able to move immediately. We'll see. We don't actually know when it moves because we're still trying to close in a bit.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Was that through armor? Yeah, that was through armor. Okay. No big deal there, then.
Good to go.
We're going to move up with our Madcat Mark II and hopefully not continually get rear arc shot by our friend. But we're going to move in and see what hit odds are like. I think the Bushwhacker is obviously the target at this point, and we're even going to Warlord it straight into this side torso, fire the rocket 20s, just kill it.
All weapons go.
There we go. One dead bushwhacker.
Enemy down.
Perfect.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
Next up is going to be our Corsair, stepping up to here.
Understood.
And we can fire on the Salamander or on the Centurion. Salamander has much better hit odds, so we'll do that.
Acknowledge.
Solid armor damage there. I like it.
I'm ready.
Our Awesome is going to position over here.
Moving to position.
And we're just going to pot shot at the Centurion. Odds are low because it's very obscured still. Yeah, we didn't expect much there. The Centurion was not able to hit the Salamander.
Reporting negative damage.
The Berserker moves up. We'll see if it does anything of note. The answer is no. At this point, the Legend Killer is going to move forward and not really do too much, I think. Oh, okay. It'll hit the Corsair pretty hard there, then. It hit everything. Which, I mean, we only had one evasive pip, so fair enough. And we weren't in cover.
Let's do this.
Our Salamander is going to step forward. I'm wondering... We do get a LOS here.
On the move.
I like it. Warlord it, and let's hit this Centurion.
Target locked in.
Good armor damage there. Panic level critical on the Centurion. Our ally moves, fires on the Salamander, does absolutely nothing to it. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Our Battle Master is going to step into cover over here. Ditch its unsteady, and we're going to fire on the Centurion. Odds are low,
Copy that.
but that's okay. Carrier moves up, does nothing of note. Our Boar's Head is going to step forward, and I think at this point we're probably going to go for the Salamander here. Yes, it has AMS.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Actually, it doesn't. Maybe it used it all up, or maybe it was the Bushwhacker that had the AMS. Unfortunately, the Salamander moves immediately in phase 22, which I don't really care for. And it's also going to hit that Corsair. AMS doing basically nothing there. Our Corsair does need to step back. This is Panzer in the Corsair, so we don't necessarily care.
Orders.
But we definitely want to position the Awesome up here
Understood. Moving fast.
to kind of block it from this angle here. We're going to want to put another mech here. But the Salamander, we're going to definitely fire at here. It did not ditch all of its unsteady, so... Ooh, okay. We missed with a lot there, but we hit with enough. Phase 21, this is the Centurion. It's definitely going to go for the Corsair here. It's going to step out this direction and fire on the Corsair. Going there. And shooting at the Mad Cat. That's foolish. It shouldn't have done that. Okay.
Commander?
At this point, the Black Knight is going to move in, and I want to engage this Centurion, but I actually want to engage its side arc.
On the move.
We're going to position the Black Knight here. We're going to Warlord it. And the Centurion is going to feel the pain right now. That's a lot of armor shred there. Structure exposure, always good.
What can I do
Our
for you?
Mauler is going to be the one to move forward into this position. And that's
That'll
also
do
side arc on this Centurion. We're going to Warlord it. This is a refire on the LBX, so kind of low hit odds here, but even so, that's fine. That's a dead Centurion.
And stay down.
Beautiful. Next up, our Madcap Mark II is going to step over into this cover.
Location
And we're
confirmed.
going to fire on this Salamander. Do we have... No, we don't have Warlord. This is obstructed LOS, but that's okay. Structure exposure on the Salamander. That's great.
Yes.
Our Salamander can also get into LOS. Can we get into unobstructed? No. So we may as well not sprint. Move it up to here. And we don't have Warlord, but that's fine. We're going to be hitting this guy and doing a lot of damage.
Affirmative.
That may even be a knockdown, actually. Oh, straight up a kill. LRM ammo explosion.
Enemy down.
I like it. So at this point, the Legend Killer is going to move in. We have blockaded our Corsair, I feel like, fairly effectively. So let's see what it shoots at. Black Knight. Makes sense. It still hit everything there. To be clear, there were no misses.
I'm taking
It's
heavy
impressive
hits,
shooting,
Commander.
but we're fine.
Aye, aye.
So at this point, the Battlemaster is going to make its way
On
up,
the move.
and I would love to Warlord, but that's not an option. We're just going to pot-shot the Legend Killer. It's obstructed LOS, but we do get a hit in there for 40 damage, and we build up some instability. That's great.
Standing by.
Our Corsair is going to swing out. Actually, we're going to Vigilance it to ditch the Unsteady so that we can sprint. We're going to swing out over here
Copy that.
and let the Gauss Rifles do a lot of damage, hopefully.
Copy that.
Yeah, that's a structure exposure. Fantastic. And a head hit. Structure exposure and head
Got
hit.
past the
I
armor.
love it. Okay, our ally moves up, does nothing of note.
Ready
Our
for
Boar's
order.
Head is going to move up. This is
Moving to position.
likely going to make the Legend Killer unsteady. But it's not likely going to destroy it.
Affirmative.
It could. But it's not going to. Not with hits like that. Okay, next round. The Hellhound moves, does not fire. We're okay with this.
Receiving you.
Our Awesome is going to move in on this flank. And the Legend Killer is indeed unsteady at this. Actually, no, it's not quite unsteady. It's very close. This will make it unsteady. There we go.
Awaiting
Our Black
orders.
Knight moves in on this weak side flank.
Affirmative.
This is actually fairly likely a kill. Especially if we could Warlord, but this is fairly likely a kill.
Target locked.
And there we go.
Tango down.
Let's get out of here. Fantastic. That's all the data. Perfect.
Mission successful.
So as far as salvage goes, we have, what, 3 priority salvage? I mean, we could maybe get our hands on that Legend Killer. That might not be too bad, or perhaps even the Salamander. We'll see what we can go for. I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to have a second Salamander for a backup. We took a little bit of damage, but nothing too major. A little internal, even, but that was all through armor, and they didn't get any crits, so that's fine. How much is a Legend Killer part? 2.7 million compared to a Salamander part? 2.6 million. If we're going to keep these as backup, then we should take the Salamander parts. If we're going to scrap them, we should take the Legend Killer parts. I think I'm going to take the Salamander parts as a backup. It'll be a good backup to have, for sure. As far as all this down here, I don't think there's anything all that amazing, in my opinion. And this isn't awful, but I think that's... I think that's what we're going to take. We did also get a Legend Killer part there. SRM4, SRM6, don't care. FCS, Artemis 4. We do have one, but it wouldn't be a terrible thing to have another. Omnipod, sure. Heavy rifle ammo. Ooh, armor-piercing Rack 5 ammo. That's something we'll keep around for sure. Acid warheads for SRMs. That might be something we want to think about using a little later on. And UAC 5 ammo. It's not a terrible thing to have. So we'll keep that all around. We did take a fair amount of armor damage, particularly on the Corsair and on the Black Knight. And the Battlemaster took some too. So we are expecting a decently hefty repair bill here, but nothing too long and nothing too expensive. Maybe like 100 to 120,000 is, I think, what I'm expecting. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so once we know what that's going to be, I will go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see what Yang has to say about those repairs. Okay, that's a little more than I was expecting, but not too terrible. Sounds good. And with that, that cut does need to go in here, so I will see you all next time.